I am Ganesh Srinivas, CEO of Cothas Coffee Company, and it's a brand which is established about 75 years back, and third generation is handling the business now. And we just about 4 months back we celebrated our 75th year, and started with a humble beginning of roasting the coffee bean and grinding and distributing in the neighborhood. We have grown as a multi-division organization for a period of last, to say, about 75 years. Yeah, predominantly it was a traditional, because the day starts with coffee at home. That's how it started, and it was more confined to South India. And of late, what has really happened is that no, out of home consumption also started picking up. So, like your when they move out of the house after having first coffee, and they go out to the office, they have a opportunity to have a coffee, and cafe culture is also fast picking up, and especially the younger generation. There is actually growth of coffee per se. Consumption has increased phenomenally over a period of time, and especially the younger generation prefer to have a coffee, and predominantly India is being a tea market, tea consumption market. The last decade or so, the coffee consumption has increased. Two things are happening. See, traditional, if you look at the traditional tea, unorganized tea shops, they have been predominantly selling only tea. And if at all they are selling coffee, they have been using instant coffee powder and making it a coffee. And it is not a filter coffee, right? So, either, if now there is a demand for the filter coffee is there. So, if they have to be there, stay and do it, apart from the tea, they have to have a filter coffee also. So, and the consumption is there, but organized way of working in terms of cafe, from a small cafe to bigger cafe, it is increasing. No, there is a challenge in terms of no coffee prices have been phenomenally high. In the last 2 years, we have been facing problems. Because of that, there is an impact in the because of the cost escalation. There is a pressure for the manufacturers in terms of margins, for the end users in terms of they have to shell out more to have the same coffee. And what is really happening is that no, uh, uh, every commodity, there is a time it goes up and it comes down. And this last 2 years we have been witnessing this, but we feel that it's going to be there for a short time. The things will change, and the challenge is for the hotels and restaurants to increase the price. Now, to what extent they can increase the price for a cup of coffee, that is the challenge for them. See, we always know when you go to a restaurant, when you have a food, if the food is not really good, also at the end, when you come out, when you have a cup of coffee and say the coffee is good, so even there is something in the food side also, it get covered up. So some of the restaurants have really established giving a good coffee. So because of the price increase is there, I strongly feel they should not compromise on the quality of coffee. No, as I mentioned earlier, no, we started as a small roaster and grinding it in a small shop and distributing in the neighborhood stores. From there, we have become a multi-division organization. We started packing coffee powder and distributing it in GT and MT also, and that is first our division is B2C, and then we found that the consumption of coffee out of home is increasing, so we should also be there present in that. So we launched a B2B division where we have filter coffee vending machines. It is not like Western cappuccino. You take cappuccino latte through a wind cup machine. We first launched the filter coffee machine where filter coffee and tea can be dispensed, and that's a second division. We have more than 3,000 machines across corporates, and most of the airports filter coffee machines are our machines only. And the third, we have a company owned and company operated stores. We have about 70 stores, predominantly in South, in all major cities, including one store in Terminal 2 of Bangalore Airport, Arrival. And recently we opened one more store, first international store in Dubai. Yeah, first store we launched in January 26, first international store. So we are expanding through our stores also. Coco stores, it's completely company owned and company operated stores. We don't get into franchising model. And fourth is our export division, where uh, we have been exporting our coffee powder per se for last say about 2 decades. But over a period of time, we also felt that now we need to establish ourselves with different product categories. So if you look at the product categories, we are having coffee powder, we have liquid coffee decoction, we have instant coffee powder, and we have got easy pour, which is a coffee bags in the coffee, and we have roasted coffee beans. And when it comes to the beverage, so we also felt that now how we can extend to more number of consumers. So we wanted to give in a cold format the same coffee. That's why we launched cold coffee milkshakes, which is in two formats. It is in PP bottle and it is in cans also. And in terms of product categories, we are present in coffee powder, instant coffee, and milk-based beverages, cold coffees and milkshakes. And tea, of course, we pack tea, but we buy in bulk and pack it in our own branding. And our plan is no, we are going little aggressive on the international market also. Since we have opened up our first store, we want to open up more number of stores in the international market. We strongly believe when we make our store to service to the consumers, when they come and taste our product and they enjoy, they experience our product, they become our permanent consumers. So that is what we are trying to drive internationally also.